It's time for Teen Mom Trash Talk with Tracey and Noelle.
Hello and welcome to Teen Mom Trash Talk. This is episode 352. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle Winters.
I'm Noelle.
I'm Tracey. The new chapter, next chapter, season 2, episodes 12 and 13 we're covering.
We're here for both.
There's only like 2 more episodes left.
Yeah.
Or one. One or two.
So this is, no, it's the 12th. So I
Yeah.
guess 2.
What? How did you just say that? The 12th?
The 12th? How do you say? How are you
I don't know. I
supposed to
just
say
liked
it?
how you said it. It was
Oh,
cute.
the 12th. So the 12th.
12th it in.
I mean, I'm very beautiful. So 12.
You're incredibly beautiful with a ridiculous body. So
Okay.
don't worry,
I like
everything's
that.
fine. Guys, I'm here from New York City, broadcasting live. If you want to hear what we've been up to, which is pretty insane.
Yeah.
Pretty insane. If you guys are into reality TV, we've been rubbing some elbows that are very unlikely.
I'm going to tell you guys about more elbows on Sunday.
Wow, so many elbows.
So many elbows. I have an elbow fetish.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really exciting about your elbow fetish. Go to patreon.com/trash talk podcast, where you will find all of our other podcasts, including our favorite one, BS, where we talk about the
elbow
elbows.
fetishes.
We talk about the elbows. Don't forget to go to traceycarnazzo.com for everything podcast related and all of my upcoming stand-up comedy tour dates. I have pretty big news.
What's the news?
The news is that I will be opening in a stand-up comedy way for Kale's podcast, live podcast at Helium in Philadelphia.
Sick.
On October 9th.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to come along with me.
I heard I'm going to be there. I heard that about myself.
Crazy. That is crazy.
That's a 2-for-1.
2-for, if you will.
That's a 2-for.
So guys, go to traceycarnazzo.com for all of those dates. And yeah, just keep up with my life. I need you to do that.
I want you to keep up with the Carnazzo.
Keep up with the Carnazzians.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But just singular, not plural.
Just with the Carnazzian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keeping up with the Carnazzian.
All
All right, let's jump in the pool, which is my favorite thing to do, with Macy.
Okay, ready. Well, I watched this last week, so let's see if I remember it.
All right, so Jade is feeding the dog cheese. That's how we open.
I do the same thing.
I know you do.
Yeah, I do the same
I
thing.
gotta tell you, I don't give my dogs any table food except for watermelon.
That's wild.
I know.
Well, it's just my dogs are like old and picky now, as you know.
Yeah.
But what's so weird is they always go back to dog food. I'll have to give them like human food for a week, and then they only want dog food after that. It's
they're
weird.
like, this is actually gross.
Yeah, they're like, some pate, please.
Yeah, they're like,
That's all I
thanks
want.
a lot for the quesadillas, Mom.
Yeah, can I have some liver loaf now?
Liver loaf. That was your nickname in high school.
I heard that about me.
All right, so now Macy is now fake texting with Kate about Amber.
So let me ask you a question. A lot of people online do not think that Macy, Kate, and Amber are friends.
Correct.
What do you think? I think
Correct.
Kate and Amber are friends.
Maybe.
I do. I feel like they actually talk, but I don't think that I think Macy kind of tries because she's like an OG, I guess.
Right.
But it's not for her.
I heard Macy and Farrah are really close.
In a backdoor teen mom kind of way.
Not that close. So they're gonna go see Amber for her birthday, and they're gonna meet with Gary first because they want to tell her about this adoption thing that Gary talked about on the boys' trip.
Who the fuck are you?
Okay, so this is the thing.
Yeah.
And I get this because I would pretend to do this too.
Because you don't want her to see it on the television.
Mm-hmm. They still don't tell her.
No, I know. It's just seeing this. Okay, saying television aside.
Yeah.
It's like, who are you? You guys think that you like have such an important role here. You know
I'm
what I
scared.
mean? It's
I
so
gotta tell you,
annoying.
when I saw that on the boys' trip, I was like, ugh, I feel like I need to call Amber. She's gonna kill me.
I would feel
I
like
hated knowing that.
I would be so mad at Tyler for FaceTiming me live and saying because otherwise I'd be like, I didn't know. Tyler never told me.
Tyler, keep it to yourself.
Right.
But also, Gary, you did fuck up.
Yeah, it's like it's not like Gary told them looking for advice. He just told them to tell them, like to gossip. That's the weird part.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, listen, I'm always team Gary, but like Gary, shut up because you know what it is? It's Leah that's gonna suffer.
Yeah, it's true. And from what I see, like Leah is suffering because Amber is like 100%. She's not getting adopted by Christina. Like she put the kibosh on it.
Right. I don't think she was going to if Gary told her nicely either.
No, I know, but it's like if you really think about it, it's like if this is what your kid wants and you know that you're really not capable of being her mother.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Amber can't deal with that.
I know. I hate it.
Moving on to Kate.
Pregnant Barbie talk.
Baby surprise doll.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Tyler's like, well, those got banned. It's like, shut up.
Tyler,
just shut up.
Relax.
Kate is posting a lot about Carly and adoption lately. She's like not having a good time.
She's not having a good time.
Not having a good time.
I gotta tell you, I do like going back to their 16 and pregnant, like, man, they were not legally allowed to sign this paper. Like they got taken.
They got swindled.
I don't think that they should have had Carly. I think that was the best thing that ever happened to Carly. But at the same time, they got taken advantage of so hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were promised certain things in this agreement.
Right.
And that's
they thought
what
that this would be a lot different than it is.
Okay. And that's what bothers me.
But I also think some of the reason that they are not involved in Carly's life is because of how they act.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it goes both ways, but I think Dawn should be in jail.
Dawn should be in jail.
Dawn should be in jail.
Dawn should be on death row.
Yeah, Dawn is disgusting. Dawn is the Antichrist. Today. What did you read about it?
You know, it takes like 15 years to get killed.
Yeah. Death row is forever. Death row, it's like you might as well be serving a life sentence. Yeah, it's forever. Some people who are on death row die of natural causes before they're put to death.
Yeah, it's like, guys, oh, you're going to kill me in 20 years. It's like, okay.
I know. I have to tell you, it's
why
like,
don't we talk about it when
why
we
would
get
you
closer?
be that scared? Right.
Why
By the time it comes around, I could have the cancer.
Why don't we talk about it when it gets closer?
Right.
Sure. You want to kill me? Sure.
The only thing
if you guys can get your shit together, you can kill me. And it's like, oh, you can't?
I know a lot about death row. What I don't know is who decides on the method.
The state.
Is that what it is? Like different states or different methods?
So they said the state, they said sometimes you could choose, but basically the most effective and the most humane is the lethal injection.
Because it's like, I don't want to get fucking electrocuted. That is terrifying.
No, and that's the most painful way, and that's not even a guarantee. And then they said also
they don't
it smells really bad.
Oh, it smells like Petco smell today. That was the craziest smell.
Do you think that was death row candle?
Maybe. I don't know what the hell that was. Death row candle. Interesting. Okay.
It smells like a steak dinner and burning human flesh.
Sure. Oh, burnt hair is the worst.
And a pint of ice cream.
Pint of Haagen-Dazs. The other day you're like, how much Haagen-Dazs could you really eat though? That's not very good. We had a whole
because how much could you really eat?
It makes me laugh because you were just talking about how much you don't like additives. You don't like guar gum.
Oh, I know. My mother is like really not.
You have a very bad thing.
Was my mom there for that conversation?
No, it was at the party. We were standing at the bar. We were talking about something with like Carvel.
Rachel's husband.
We were talking to Rachel's husband. Because I think we were talking about like Carvel and how he really likes ice cream. I don't remember what it was. Yes. But yeah. And you were like, I really don't like additives. And he's like, what about Van Leeuwen? You're like, no, they have guar gum. And he's like,
they taste. I got to tell you, Van Leeuwen, as much as they don't have additives, it's not like the best ice cream.
I've never had it. I've just seen it before.
It's okay. They have an Earl Grey flavor that I like the flavor of. I don't love the consistency of their ice cream.
The best is Haagen-Dazs.
The best ice cream is Haagen-Dazs. Unfortunately, it is very scary. Dairy is scary.
They also have the worst pistachio, though.
The worst pistachio.
The worst. There is no worse.
the Haagen-Dazs pistachio is like you took vanilla.
Yeah.
A blander vanilla, if you will.
The least vanilla on the totem pole.
And then threw a few poor pistachios in.
But that's the thing. That's
Don't
it.
crush it. Don't do anything.
No.
Just
give me
hopefully-
pills of pistachio to swallow.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe you get some kind of flavor from it, but you probably won't.
The worst
that's it.
pistachio, guys.
The worst pistachio. It's so sad. Sorry, I'm just I'm just a little bit here, a little bit there.
Listen, you're there. Okay, I just want to tell the people it's 10:45 at night. We've had a long ass day.
I've had heartburn all day.
Tracey has bad heartburn. We actually held off on podcast because she has heartburn. So like if we black out a little bit, this is why.
I mean,
so
sometimes I just gotta pay my cleaning lady.
No, it's good. Listen, my mother texts me just now. It's fine.
Oh, good. So let's just forget this stupid podcast. All right. So Kate calls Amber, and Amber's going to be going to Costco.
I want to know what she gets, like a day in the life of Amber.
She probably gets like, okay, I'm trying to picture walking into Costco.
Uh-huh.
She probably gets a lot of snacks.
Right, but like packets of Cheez-Its or like veggie straws or Oreos, like what? You know?
I
what
could see a
does Amber
Cheez-It.
eat? I could see a Cheez-It too.
Things that you don't have to cook or get off the couch or refrigerate, because she probably wants to hide them she probably wants to stuff them in the cushions of the couch. I would say then she goes to the throw blanket area.
Oh, she definitely goes to the throw blanket area.
She probably gets like a pillow pal.
I like a pillow pal.
Yeah, but she's just getting blankets and probably, I mean,
maybe coffee.
Coffee, maybe. Coffee. She's not a tea girl.
Yeah.
I think
coffee.
So. So then Kate says, quote, Macy and I are like family to you.
Amber's like, really? I didn't know that.
You have to tell
You have to tell her that.
Noelle, I'm like family to you.
No way.
But you're not like family to me.
Right. But I'm like family that to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, I'm your best friend. You question mark.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Kate. So Tyler tells Kate, don't tell Amber that thing that I told you on camera, that Gary said on camera.
But also, why are you so codependent that you had to tell your wife immediately when Gary told you?
That's who they are.
You got a life.
Here's the thing. I would have told my wife too, but not on camera.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would have told Matt, but he's also a lockbox. He's not going to say anything.
Right. But the cameraman said stuff.
Yeah.
She is afraid not to tell Amber.
No, well, that's what it is. They're afraid.
All right. So let's move on to Amber. So she is so happy with Gary too.
Tracey, who did this girl's makeup? Who the fuck did her eyebrows? That's what I wrote. Who the fuck did Amber's eyebrows?
I think it might have been Gary too. That did her eyebrows. She has an orange lipstick on.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
She also has like weird orange skin foundation.
Oh, please.
But that's a little more later on. Yeah.
I took a picture of that.
So Gary lives there, I assume.
Yes, he definitely lives there. Her eyes do not close and they do not focus.
Tracey, how many times can you kiss somebody with your eyes open?
Is she? Oh my God. Is she on the drugs?
Yeah, she has to be.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know her weight fluctuates.
Uh-huh.
When she's on drugs, she's bigger or smaller?
I think she's bigger when she's on drugs.
Okay. Just checking.
But you're right. Her weight does fluctuate. She doesn't look bad.
No, it's not about that. It's about your weight's fluctuating so much.
Something is off with her.
Are you on or off? So Gary meets up with them, and she hasn't seen Leah in 7 months. And Leah did not reach out on Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because she's been with her boyfriend for 7 months.
Weird.
He makes me fucking sick.
Well, they have this weird charcuterie board.
Let's see where
when Gary meets.
Gary comes over, cheese platter. That's what I wrote.
Weird. All right. So
also, they all just sit outside. Macy looks like she died. Is she sick? Because when she got there, she was like, "I don't feel good."
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. So they're gonna have a birthday party for Amber at Gary's house.
They invite themselves over.
For a birthday party for the mother of his child that has not reached out in 7 months.
And he's like, okay, sounds great. I'll cook.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this man has the patience of a saint. Because I was like, fuck you.
I'd be like, I'm going to light the house on fire. Come on over.
Right. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm done with you.
He's like, yeah. Also, I think she knows about the adoption, you know?
Because she's been saying a few things.
Yeah, like nothing, because we haven't spoken to her in 7 months.
Right. So she hasn't been, maybe she's been saying things around town.
Also, the voiceovers are really weird. They're getting so
The
weird.
voiceovers are much more noticeable now.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Macy and Kate want to tell her about the adoption.
And they're like, well, if Gary thinks she knows, so I guess it's okay to talk about it. But you
Great.
know they don't have the balls to do
No
that.
way.
All
right. So Gary talks to Christina about the party for Amber, and they're like, yeah, new Gary's gonna come over.
New Gary. Ugh.
So they go to the house and new Gary's there, and they're like, I hope he doesn't think he's coming to dinner with us.
I know. I like that he's not invited to dinner. Good, as he shouldn't be.
Amber's hair is extra dirty.
I mean, Amber is she is out here looking crazy, both of these
Yes.
episodes.
She's like, sorry, there's just blankets everywhere. It's like, yeah, you just went to Costco. I know.
Yeah, of course. But also, you don't leave the couch anyway.
Right. Her glasses. What's happening? Is she taking a tip from Brianna with these glasses?
Oh, but she's kind of always worn really big
I know, but they're
glasses.
just sliding off of
She
her
wears
nose.
them too low. I wrote she looks like Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. So Gary only lives 30 minutes away, and by 30 minutes away I mean in my house with me.
I mean 3 seconds away.
I mean his parents live his parents live 30 minutes away, and now he lives with me. He's Vietnamese, and she goes, I don't know. I'm not married. I'm definitely not married. And they're like, you're not married. And he's like, speaking of not being married, would you marry me? This was staged.
I gotta tell you, I just don't know if it was staged. I think that there's something very wrong with him.
Yes, there is. But how
I think
did
it's
they
like
have
he
that
waited.
how did they have that very specific conversation?
The only reason why I'm not sure if it's stages because Kate and Macy, their reactions seem pretty genuine. They were like,
Yeah, but
what the hell is going on?
yes, but this was a conversation that was triggered. It was like, so I'm not married. Are you guys married?
Right. I don't know.
Weird. Okay. He proposes with a band, with a wedding, with a
wedding
band.
With a cocktail band. I like that.
I mean, what is this? This is like
I like that.
This is like
And
a
she goes,
costume jewelry ring.
yes, I will actually marry you.
That was so funny.
I like that.
And then they're like, oh, that was awkward.
And then she's like, I actually love you.
She goes, I'm really gonna marry you. Yeah. So they go out, and that's it. It's just okay. Thank you.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't like this whole like tearful thing. I don't know. I feel like 7 months is so fast.
That's the least of her problems.
What's wrong with him?
So much.
So many things, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's off.
He's off.
And he's good looking too.
Maybe he wanted to be on the television.
I think he's maybe a little desperado or something.
Maybe he's desperado. Maybe he has no money. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, yeah, I asked Leah to hang out, right? And I was like, let's go shopping, let's get lunch. And Leah's like, yeah, absolutely. And she's like, okay, when? And Leah's like, here's my schedule.
Yeah.
And she's like, so I obviously know she doesn't want to see me.
Right. I feel like I'm bothering her.
What?
That's your kid.
She just gave you her schedule.
And also, that's your kid.
She said, yes, here's my schedule.
The problem is, Leah is so turned off to Amber. 100%.
Oh, I gotta tell you, so am I. This was the first episode where I really understood it.
Okay, I could see that. I have to tell you, the next episode, I'm very triggered by Amber.
Of course,
yeah,
you are.
I'm really triggered by Amber. Just the way that she acts like she's just done such a good job being a mom. It flips me out.
Weird.
All
right. Let's talk about some addiction stuff. Let's talk about Brianna. Roxy has been out of rehab for a few weeks. And Brianna goes, I miss when it was just the three of us. Like before you had your kids?
I think before she had her kids.
I mean, you could make it just the three of you again. So Brittany is talking to Roxy here and there.
Brittany's being fine. I understand Brittany wanting to keep her distance. Brianna has to just deal with that.
I know.
It's not her
so
business.
She's like, we're going to do a family photo shoot at the beach. And she calls Roxy, and Roxy goes, hi, why are you calling me?
I love
She seems really annoyed.
Yeah.
They go to this shoot. Brianna is in the biggest peasant dress I've ever seen.
I like that everyone was color coordinated.
Sure, but Brianna.
Yeah, I know.
Why are you in a poncho?
I know. I know. The girls are beautiful.
you got your body done
Mhm.
to wear a poncho?
Badly.
Sure, but to wear a poncho?
Yeah, she's a poncho.
Okay, well, she's in this peasant dress. Roxy, she said she stays home all the time. She's so exhausted every single day. And they're like, okay, now a picture with your hat off. And she's like, no hat off pictures.
The thing is, they are not understanding how long it's going to take her to adjust.
They don't get it. They don't want to get it.
Why
Okay.
is nobody educating themselves?
No one is educating themselves
Yeah.
at all. Now,
Mhm.
also, as they're doing this photo shoot, the song that is playing, these are the lyrics. You ready?
Oh, tell me.
I would rather be alone than be with you.
Sounds great.
I'm like,
Sounds
oh my God.
real.
All right. Well, they're eating some mangoes at home. Her pictures came
Mhm.
back and
Mhm.
they want to talk to Roxy. So she comes over.
Right.
So they show the frame picture of her and the kids. And then they show the picture of Roxy and no one talks about it. It's fine though.
I mean, this is a giant picture.
Yeah, but it's fine.
I know.
Okay. So she's like, yeah, listen, I'm having a hard time. I have a really bad back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still
She
working on
can't
adapting.
sleep.
Like I'm dealing with insomnia. I'm really having a hard time adapting. And Brittany is mad and she's like, hey, I'm just asking for some grace.
And like she's like, if I come off a certain way, it is not intentional. Like the thing is, I don't know
Yeah.
everything. I have a close family member. She is on methadone.
Yeah.
About a year ago, they lowered her
Mhm.
dosage.
Yeah.
It took her
Oh,
it took her maybe 8 months to,
I know, I
adjust
remember.
to it. Yeah. And it was like, she's like, it's giving me mad anxiety. I can't sleep.
Mhm.
I just feel crazy.
Right.
And
So it's like, yeah, give this woman a little bit of time.
I mean, she's been on methadone for years. You
I know.
have to give her some time. This is her first time she hasn't been on anything in her whole
I know,
her life.
but she's also on all of these medications for lupus.
Right.
She's
I mean,
like,
you
yeah, I
have-
do my infusion. She's like, I'm doing all this stuff.
I think it's terrible because I think that they're being like really mean to her. I think
They're
that
being
they're
mean.
expecting so much from
But why not be
her.
supportive? Why not be like, Mom, what do you
I
need
know.
from us?
I know. I don't like the way they're handling this.
Not at all. All right. Now, also, let's go back to Amber because I missed a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't realize that I had
I
continued.
thought we just went back and forth. Yeah. Mhm.
So she said that her exes really isolated her, and that's why Leah thinks that her exes she doesn't see her when she has a boyfriend.
Well, I think that she doesn't see her when she has a boyfriend because she doesn't care to see her when she has
Correct.
a boyfriend. That's
So
what I'm gonna
Macy's
say.
like, well, teenagers are just tough. She's trying to make light of it.
Of course she is, but in that type of situation with that type of person, that is how you have to act.
Amber did not say anything about this adoption. She does not know about this adoption.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know anything.
Okay, so Kate calls Tyler and she's like, yo, quote, he proposed at the side of the couch. They are losing their minds over this.
But I think it's so funny because it was so out of the blue.
It was so out of the blue.
Yeah.
All right, so now they go to this party. It's raining under this tent.
Mhm.
Gary, too, introduces himself to Leah because she doesn't introduce them.
She doesn't introduce them. And she's like, basically, like, you're going to meet the most important people in my life and Leah, too. What the hell was that about?
He's like, yeah, Leah's the most important one. And
Yeah.
she's like, sure.
She's like, sure.
Okay. Gary is cooking.
Filet mignon and sirloin and veggies.
And chicken.
I want filet mignon.
Everyone's like, this is delicious.
I know. I bet Gary's such a good cook.
I don't want to come over.
I just want to hang out there.
I want to come over.
You guys got a freaking tent for her? You set up a whole display of desserts and cupcakes for her?
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
That's
But meanwhile, she
ridiculous.
ruined Leah's birthday. So Amber is super happy and she leaves with a tray of food because Gary knows that he has to feed her.
I can't. I'm like LOLing when she
Mhm.
leaves with this tray.
Yeah, it's like when your brother-in-law leaves your house because you know that he's
Yes.
going to starve if you don't feed him.
Yeah, of course. I tell him, if you're coming, just bring your
Come to the
Tupperware with you.
Tupperware. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Leah wants to see how long this will last.
But like, I mean, can you blame her?
No.
I'm trying to think the last boyfriend that Leah must have met of Amber's. I guess
That was that guy from
Dimitri, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All
Let me
right.
get my
Well,
second notes up.
moving on. Season 2, episode 13.
I like this episode.
All right. Well, Jade is moving into her new house. So that old house was her first house, I guess. That's why she was living in such a small quarters.
Mhm.
That was her OG original house that she was living in.
Man, I can't even keep up. But the new house looks nice.
It does look very nice.
Yeah.
Finally, it's like house size.
Yeah, right. It's like house size and it looks like updated.
Yeah, it looks very
Mhm.
nice. Sean got hired as a co-foreman right?
Uh-huh.
And he was mowing the lawn.
I was gonna say of course they have him mowing the lawn in front.
So Jade's like, oh, when are we gonna have a baby? We should probably do that ASAP.
But it's like, weren't you like, I have trauma. I don't have sex with Sean because I don't want to get
Right.
pregnant.
Well, I guess now that she has the house. So her father moved in with her too.
He seems to be doing great.
No, he
So,
is.
it's like, I don't want him with Christy.
No way.
I
Chrissy should have
know.
stayed in
She will drag him
jail.
down.
All right. So her mother's coming home tomorrow and she has nowhere
Right.
to go. And she gets out of jail at midnight.
And they stay up for her.
Yup. And the grandparents pick her up
Mhm.
and they put Chloe to bed. They're like, go to bed and grandma will be in the morning under the tree.
As
But
your gift.
She won't come home unless you go to sleep. All good girls have to go to sleep so grandma could come home from jail.
She's like, bedroom or dentist?
Remember when you were little and you had to go to sleep so your grandma could come home from jail?
Yes.
Same. So she walks in
Mhm.
and she's like, oh, you look sick.
Okay. So the first thing you say to her, like, that's where it's like, Jade, I actually felt for her so much in this episode. And then it's like, hey, you look sick.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
She's
How
like, you
about,
look
hey,
sick.
welcome home.
She goes, you look sick. You look like you haven't been outside in a long. Yeah. She's like, yeah, I was in jail for 2 months. That's
yeah,
what
she's
happened.
like, I was in the hole.
Christy
What are you
has so much
thinking?
anxiety. She can't sleep.
But Christy shows up with her emotional support soda. Don't you worry. And her
She
styrofoam.
sure does.
Yeah, she does.
They stop at
what do you think
Sonic.
she drinks?
Probably like a Sprite with like raspberry in it, like a flavor, because like how they have those Sonic remixes.
No, I know, but I'm saying like in a gas station. What do you think her soda of choice is?
Mountain Dew.
I was gonna say Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper. Or Mountain
Okay.
Dew. Wow,
Uh-huh. Wow, go us.
Although I do like a sip of Dr. Pepper.
I fucking enjoy a sip of Dr. Pepper,
One
especially
sip.
a cherry Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper.
but just one sip though.
I've never drank a full cup of Dr. Pepper in my whole life.
Yeah, but see, you don't like root beer.
No, but I don't think Dr. Pepper tastes like root beer.
It's all the same shit to me.
I think it tastes like cherry Pepsi.
Interesting.
It's just add a little spice.
Right. So she has anxiety. She can't sleep. Yeah, she just got home from jail.
I like that they're like, all right, fine, you could stay on the couch, you could watch a movie. Yeah, okay,
Pet
cool.
the dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. She's all over these dogs.
Mm-hmm. So the next morning she sits with Christy and she's
Right.
like, I don't know why I'm anxious. You don't know why you're anxious? You don't know why you're anxious? You have nowhere to live.
Right.
You've been in jail for 2 months.
Right.
You just got out and you have nowhere to live and you got out of jail.
You're not working.
And you didn't go to sleep last night.
I feel bad for her because she was actually really vulnerable here and she isn't
Yes.
usually. And she's like crying.
Yeah, I felt bad.
Yeah.
She wants to go to therapy.
Mhm.
And she's like, I don't even know what makes me happy because I just do drugs to make me happy.
Right. She's like, something bad happens, drugs. Something good happens, drugs.
Right.
And I
Well-
think that that's what so many people struggle with. It's
Yeah, of
so
course.
sad.
Well, she gets her own place.
Mhm.
Yada, yada, yada. She starts using narcotics and her grandmother and aunt are covering for her.
Of course they are. But this is what happens in these families. I have lived this
Oh, I
life.
know.
This is how it goes.
So Jade's like, oh, I want a drug test from you. And from you and dad. And her father's like, oh, I could be there in 10 minutes.
Her dad is doing great. I really have such
Uh-huh.
faith in him, but I'm just so worried that Christy will drag him down.
I am too. But also, I think Christy just needs to go back to rehab again.
Yeah,
like,
I
I just don't
agree.
think she stayed long enough.
No, she didn't. I feel like this has been her life for so long. She doesn't know any
Yes.
different. She doesn't have
Yes.
any coping skills.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, she's in the house going, I don't know why I'm anxious.
Right.
I don't know
It's
if anything
like-
makes me happy. It's like, I don't know, go to a rehab, learn like archery.
Yeah, I think that your dopamine receptors might be
Yeah.
broken. Yeah.
Okay. So she said that she's just dying to have her mother back, but she
That's so
calls
sad. And
I
she feels
know.
betrayed.
she calls the rehab to talk to the counselor, and her counselor's like, you got to cut them off. Sad.
100%.
I know. It's just sad.
I feel bad for her because she's just never had a normal family life.
I know. It's like,
ever.
can't we get Christy to just paper mache or something?
Right, crochet.
Any shays,
Paper mache.
sachet,
That's great.
anything?
Because like even Macy is doing a paint by number. Give Christy a paint by number.
Well, let's talk about Macy. Macy FaceTimes with Ryan from work. They are giggling, laughing, BFF. I'm crying.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I'm very tired of reading everywhere, social media and on Reddit, about how in love with Ryan
Mm-mm.
Macy is. And
Mm-mm.
it's like, I think she looks at him like a brother.
Yep.
And it's like,
Yeah, she's like, look at, I've known this kid since I'm a kid.
people are like, the only reason why she's nice to Amanda is because she wants her like out of the way. Like the
Oh,
things that people say,
please.
it's like, I don't think
How
she
about
at
she's
all.
so thrilled?
And then people are like, she's having an affair with him. She's having an affair with
Okay,
him.
let me tell you something. If she was having an
Yeah.
affair with him, she'd be a lot more miserable.
But that's what I mean.
No way. The only reason she's happy is because she's not having an affair with him.
Right. She's so happy because
That's
her
how
son is
people
happy.
act when they have no connection anymore. Like
Yes.
no feelings for each other anymore.
Right. Like how I would feel about like my boyfriend when I was like 20.
Right.
It's like, hello.
I mean, listen, I'm still pretty crushed. My boyfriend from high school, from grade school, he got engaged, and I saw that his fiance posted on Instagram, and she's like, "Hey guys, give me some wedding recommendations in Italy." And I'm like,
You're like, oh, my heart is broken.
my heart. I thought it was gonna be me.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. He told me he needed some time.
Time for what?
I don't know. When we broke up in
He told
sixth
you that
grade,
in first grade?
and I thought I gave him enough time.
I don't think
And I
you
thought it
did.
was just a matter of time.
Time isn't real anyway.
Well, time isn't real and money isn't real, and now we're not together.
Yeah.
Even though I broke up with him. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. So they're gonna have a cookout for his birthday. They are laughing. They are being so silly. But is it his birthday or just his rehab?
It's his
anniversary?
1 year of
Right.
sobriety.
Okay. So Jen and Larry are talking to Ryan. What is the girlfriend's name? Why can't I remember?
Amanda.
Amanda. They talk to Ryan and Amanda, and then they show a montage of them fighting over the years.
First of all, in the flashbacks, Ryan is so high. I cannot believe it.
I know.
New Ryan is fucking hot, man.
Yeah,
he
good.
is for me. He is daddy.
Definitely not
He
me.
is hot.
Definitely not.
He is all the way for me. I'm very into it.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
Ryan. If you and Amanda
I like it.
don't work
I've
out-
always thought Ryan was hot. He fell
Yeah.
off when he was married to Mackenzie. That was the bad
Yes.
part.
So Larry said that he wants to apologize to Taylor. So so Macy talks to Taylor in the clutter corner.
Right. I mean, okay, so the whole table is crooked now.
It's crooked with clutter.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this.
What's happening?
What is with that table? It's gonna
Okay.
collapse.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
Is that the best corner of the house and that's why they filmed there?
maybe. Right. What is the rest of it?
What's
look
the rest
like?
of the house look like?
Why don't
that
you guys film in another room?
Why don't you say point the camera that way?
Right. Let's film in the
Nothing.
kitchen.
Well, they go to the anniversary. They're making sushi. There's balloons.
I love that they're making sushi. I
I
think what a
know.
cookout.
Taylor goes to talk to Larry.
Oh.
Macy sits with Amanda.
Amanda, I really think she has a good head on her shoulders. I think she was
She seems nice.
messed up for a while. I think she's really trying.
Yes.
Yeah.
She said her son is 11. She hopes that she could bring him over sometime.
Yeah.
Larry apologizes to Taylor. Taylor apologizes to Larry.
And then my life is made and I cry forever.
I cried and cried and cried.
Me too.
But Maverick and Jade are just the cutest. I can't take it.
I mean, Jade is just Macy.
I know. And it's just so like he smashed the cupcake in her face. She's covered in frosting, sitting there like nothing happened. I mean, this girl is so tough.
I love her.
She's
and
just
I love
like,
that they love Jen and Larry so much.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I felt sad for Ryan that his other kids can't be there.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like, because then I was like, oh, wow, the whole family's there. And I'm like, no, they're not.
No, they're not. That's sad.
Oh, man. All right. Moving on. Let's talk about the regular Mackenzie.
Okay. Starting
right.
birth control.
Starting IVF, starting birth control. But she's starting her birth control on a Tuesday, which I think is weird too.
Oh, yeah. And also, like, I don't know, with a mug of water.
So she goes to the doctor. Her sugar has to be under a 6.5 because you could have birth defects.
I did not know. Okay. I didn't know
that.
a cleft palate or spina bifida.
I didn't know
did
that.
not know that.
I just thought that was like chance.
Me too.
Well, he wants to put her on Ozempic or metformin.
Right.
To bring her. I mean, this girl's diabetes isn't managed.
So they can freeze the embryos until her A1C is better,
Yeah.
which is good because it gives her time.
Sure, but like, why?
because apparently she really yo-yos her sugar to
I
maintain her weight.
know, but it's so scary. So
Of course.
she tells her dad about it. Her dad's very, very worried about this.
I would be terrified. I mean, I truly believe it's not my life to live. I don't believe that it's the smartest thing in the world what she's
No,
doing.
absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
So, oh God. So now,
Mm-hmm.
what's his face?
Casanio.
Kes has to sign this contract saying that they will discard the embryos if she dies.
But she loves that he's signing this. She's
I
like, come on,
know.
it's the last day. This is in case I die.
She loves that she thinks she's going to die. But also, I'd be like, no, if you die, I definitely want to do this.
Me too.
Yeah. I'd be like, I want to do this more than ever.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
put
gonna
in
do this with
someone
my
else.
next girlfriend.
Yeah. I'm going to
Yeah.
put your eggs in my next girlfriend's body.
Because I still want to have the baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not signing this bullshit.
Oh, no way. I'm going to use these eggs everywhere.
I thought the same thing.
Yes. I'll sell this embryo.
Right. It's like, is this a thing? Do you have to discard them when someone dies?
Okay. I think it's very controversial to freeze embryos. Guys, can you go into the group? Tell me, I'm sure people have done this before. What are the rules on freezing embryos? Because what if you're not with that person anymore?
So when I went to the fertility doctor,
Yeah, what they tell you.
we were talking. He was like, you have more of a chance of survival.
Yes, if you freeze an
they're
embryo.
embryos, but a lot of people don't. There's like legalities to it that because it's like, what if you guys break up? How do you know that I'm not going to still impregnate myself?
Okay. What
with your
if
child and then go after you for child support? Because I decided to use this embryo. So I think that you have to have some type of agreement.
I know, but it's so wild.
Because I'm pretty sure Tom and Ariana from Vanderpump Rules froze embryos.
Those are probably worth so much money.
Can you imagine? Give me one.
Do you kill them? Like, what do they do? Do they run them under hot water?
What happens?
What happens?
Do you defrost them on the counter overnight? You shouldn't do that.
Defrost them in the
danger
fridge?
zone.
Yeah, you're gonna get salmonella.
Yeah, you can't do that. Freeze them in the fridge on a plate.
Yeah,
bottom shelf.
Right? Or do it like on the thing where you could drain it. You know, like
yeah, right. That's good.
The ice buckets.
My grandmother used to have one of those magic plates that defrost
oh my God,
things
of course
really
I still
fast.
have one.
I still have one too. Why are we like this?
It's an infomercial thing.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess they could defrost the egg with that. Imagine they defrost the egg and then it's just a baby. And so it's crying.
That would
as soon
be
as you
pretty
defrost
crazy.
it. That'd be amazing.
I bet I'd put it back in the freezer.
Oh, no, thank you.
I didn't know it was going to do this.
Oh, God. So now she's getting her egg retrieval. They got 15 eggs and 4 embryos.
Okay, you know what's so wild to me is they got 15 eggs and she's, I don't know, 10 years younger than me, 15 years younger than me. I would have gotten one.
Yeah, we're old.
You know, it's wild.
We're old.
Yeah.
We're wild and old. All right, moving on to Amber.
Okay.
Okay, so Gary and Christina sit and talk about the cookout, and he's afraid that Amber won't show up for these visits she wants to have.
What clues would lead you to believe
Right,
this?
exactly. So she's like, yeah, you know, she says she's changed, whatever. She's been engaged 6 times.
I did not know that. But does she mean like because she was engaged to Gary like 3 times?
I think so.
Yeah, me too. I think so too.
Okay. Also, she tells Gary 2.0 that Gary's like a brother to her.
I can see it. I think Gary's more of like a father to her.
Yes. What is this braid?
Also, why are they Ubering everywhere? You guys have cars. There's cars in the driveway.
Maybe they have to drink.
Well, so that's what I was thinking. That's what it is. It's like why are you guys Ubering everywhere? Like, can't you just drive to the place?
Yeah, but Amber has to get picked up everywhere. Maybe she doesn't. Because I think she has like anxiety. She can't drive, right?
Yeah, but he drives. This braid. This braid. This braid.
It reminds me of like a Nickelodeon cartoon braid.
Yes. This is very strange.
Okay, so they go to Fox Garden. They're having she's early to dinner.
I love that. Good for her.
I know, but she's trying to show that she's changed. And it's like, just because you came early to dinner doesn't mean that you're a good mom.
I think that obviously Gary, number 2, thinks this is all a little different. He doesn't really know the truth. But I like that he's like, I want us all to be one big happy family.
Yeah. Well,
good for him for at least trying.
Well, the mac and cheese looks delicious.
Yo. I think it might have been cavatappi.
It was very good. Definitely cavatappi.
It was definitely cavatappi.
Yes. All right. So Amber, she said she wants to come to some cross country meets. You can't do it all at once and think that people are going to
Well,
believe you.
that's the thing. It's like, let's go slow. How about we have dinner
How about
again
you just
next
show up to one of the
weekend?
meets instead of saying
Right.
it?
Don't say it. How about you like stop by one day after school just to have dinner with us?
Yeah.
Hmm.
She's like, I miss you.
And
Great.
Leah's like, thanks.
Okay. Gary's like, Amber, what we need from you is consistency. And she goes, know that, Gary.
She goes, yeah, I've known that for years. All right. Well, you have never been consistent one time, but you've known it for years. So obviously you have more to learn.
Well, she asked Leah to give her a chance, and then she tells them about the engagement. And Gary afterwards, as they're walking out of the restaurant, goes, nobody get their hopes up. Whose hopes were up though, Gary?
I know. But also everyone just kind of grunts.
I
They
know.
tell them, they're all like, oh, sick.
Cool. I know. It's like everyone don't get your hopes up. Like Emily, manage your expectations of Amber's wedding.
Yeah, really.
All right. Well, she hadn't seen her in 7 months. They've been dating for 7 months. And Leah is like, listen,
Disgusting.
here's the deal. I actually
Mhm.
don't want to see my mom more. I don't want anything to do with her and Gary. I don't want to be part of her wedding. This is
Mhm.
ridiculous. Why is this strange woman
Right.
so annoying? That's what Leah's saying. And that's where I'm like, oh, I kind of get it.
But it's also like, so you've been with this guy for 6 months, right? You haven't seen Leah, or 7 months. You haven't seen Leah for 7 months. Why hasn't your Gary been like, hey, why the fuck haven't you seen
Well,
your
maybe
daughter
he
in 7
was. Maybe
months?
that's why they're there.
Well, that's true too. Because I do think that she's there because of him, because I think he's trying to mend the gap, but it's too far gone. Leah doesn't care anymore. And Leah also called Christina mommy. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, so at that cookout,
Yeah.
when after Gary and Amber came, Christina and Gary were at the grill and
Mhm.
Leah came over to get some food. She wanted some chicken. And then they were talking and she was like, yeah, Gary seems nice. And then I don't remember what it was. She said to Christina, mommy, blah, 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 blah. She calls her mommy.
I love that.
She calls her mommy. And
I
it's
call her
like,
mommy too.
that is her mommy.
I call her mommy.
I love her. How is Christina still so nice in this whole situation?
She cursed though this episode.
No, I know. But it's like, it's wild. Her and
Gary are so nice.
they give unlimited chances to someone who actually genuinely doesn't deserve it. And you know me, I even was like, Chelsea should give Adam chances.
Yep.
I always think people should get chances.
I know, but I think that it's just easier to do this than to make any kind of decision. It's like,
I know.
Like Leah doesn't have to cry herself to sleep at night thinking like that she'll never see Amber again.
I think
it's like no decision is the decision.
Well, I think that if there was no Christina, it would be a lot harder on Leah.
Yeah. I don't think Leah cares because she's like, what am I missing?
Right. I already have a mom.
I have a mom. I have a sister. She looks exactly like me.
I mean, they're the same person.
I was like, Leah got little.
They're the same person.
Right. So it's like, what are we doing here? Who cares?
Leah's so cute.
She's so cute. They're both so cute.
I know. They just seem like a good family.
I want to be in their family.
It's like, can we visit them?
Right. This is like another woman that's like she's not like, oh, my stepdaughter and my daughter.
Right.
She's like, my kids.
She's like, my kids. Like Zach is like my stepdaughter.
Okay.
Ryder.
I got to tell you, Zach lost me hard on that.
Ever since he's like, I don't see Ryder as my child. Goodbye forever.
I'd be like, well, you know what? I also don't see you having a job.
I don't see you as my husband. Right.
I don't see you as my husband. I don't see you having a job. Why don't you go ask Corey and Taylor if you could stay there for a bit?
Well, they're going to be on the next episode and he's going to take over the family business, apparently.
No, stop giving this guy everything.
Stop giving this guy everything.
I hate this guy. Guys, go to TraceyCarnazzo.com for everything podcast related and everything stand-up comedy related, because that's where my dates are. Follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Follow the show at Teen Mom Podcast on Twitter, Teen Mom Trash Talk on Instagram, Trash Talk Podcast on YouTube and TikTok. Follow me at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter. TraceyCarnazzo.com is where you can find tickets to all of my upcoming shows, including Barely Famous live podcast with Kale. I'll be there. Noelle will be there.
I'll be
Go
there.
check it out. TraceyCarnazzo.com. Leave us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on whatever platform you listen to us on. And we'll see you next week.
Sounds great.
Okay, bye.
Bye.